Dan Booknook-Noggin. I know it has been a hot minute since I have uploaded anything. Let's just get into it. This is a newish comic series from Image Comics. It is called The Sacrificers. This is Volume 1, and it is written by Rick Remender. And we're gonna get into this. It is a dystopian, it is a fantasy, and it is classified as sci-fi, so science fiction too. I'm going to say that I'm not too familiar with the artists that worked on this, but I will admit the animal, animal people, whatever you want to call them, the artwork, it really kind of made it kind of something I had to get used to. I'm not a big fan of the artwork, to be honest with you. This takes place in a world where, of course, there are humans, there are humanized kind of animals. Like the blue guy in the front is a pigeon. I'm assuming they are orcas or killer whales, because there's one character that kind of looks like a killer whale, but they're like out of the water, and yeah. It's very much, there's like a pantheon of gods and different sections of this world. They kind of, they offer up one of their children to be sacrificed, and their world just continues to have prosperity due to these sacrifices, hence the title, The Sacrificers. So, we have they kind of have a god who is the god of time. There's one that's the god of the sun. And of course the god of the sun is married to the goddess of the moon. I can just remember that her name is Luna. But I don't really remember too much about, I think Kronos might have been the name of the time guy or something similar to that. But yeah, there's a water, aqua type guy, and his name is Aqua something, if I remember right. But yeah, it's really out there, it's different. I did enjoy this story. I like the concept of it, where it's kind of like this thing where the kidnapped, the sacrificed children are brought to this kind of paradise. And I can't really say too much more beyond that. I really don't want to spoil it for those of you who have not read it or you want to read it. I'm not going to spoil, but they have no idea what's going to happen to them. So they're just kind of like, hey, where are we going? And it's just, you kind of get this little introduction, this quick introduction to this world and kind of, how things work. It is revealed what the sacrifice involves, and I like the concept of that. It kind of makes somewhat kind of sense in a world with gods and stuff like that. So I did enjoy this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads. Oh, and if I did not mention it, it's a rated T+, so it's Teen Plus. It's a nice little read. I wouldn't mind picking up and carrying on with this series. It has enough appeal for me that I would definitely go back into it, even though I'm not really a big fan of the artwork. The artwork very much reminds me of that 80s the Dark Crystal, and kind of that kind of fantasy, kind of dark fantasy element, I guess you could say. The artwork is very kind of dark, and yeah, it's right up that kind of alley. I think if you're into stuff like the Dark Crystal, or if you're into pantheons of gods and how they relate to the common man and how those people and being down here and then being a god, if you like to see the dynamics between that kind of thing, I think you'll really get something out of this series. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads. And this collects numbers 1 through 6 of The Sacrificers. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. There isn't too much more I could say about it. I don't want to spoil it for those who want to read it. But of course, as always, I will have a link to Amazon down below if you want to check this out for yourself. If you're interested or curious as to what I've been reading, why I haven't been posting, I just haven't been posting. I never stopped reading. I just have, like, life kind of, yeah, I just kind of was a little too busy, I guess. Every time I would get ready to upload a video, I was just like, do I really need to upload this? Do I really need to make a video for this? I really felt like a lot of the stuff I had been reading just wasn't up to par with content that I wanted to release. So that's kind of that, and the fact that I have been busy, I just kind of felt like it wasn't as important to upload, and that's kind of why. It's been a while. But enough of me rambling. If you're new here and you want to see more comic book, graphic novel recommendations and reviews, by all means hit that subscriber button. Till next time, later.